Alright guys, so before I start the video, I am sick and I do not have my mic, so please bear with me. I promise something valuable will come out of this video, even though the quality might not be there, so yeah. Today I'll be discussing my experience with aquatics in Path of Titans, along with features that should come in the future. I also managed to find another rare aquatic player, and we were able to talk about some of the issues that aquatic players currently face. Out of the two current maps in Path of Titans, only one of them is able to host fully aquatic playables, and I don't see anyone playing as these guys or talking about them in the chat. You're really limited to where you can go unless you're insane. Since the ocean is your only option and the species themselves aren't really interesting or game-changing in many ways, leaving a mostly empty aquatic ecosystem. While it's fun to glide around in the ocean as an ancient sea reptile, starting from juvenile sucks in the ocean. Unless you're with your friends, questing here is like pulling teeth. Most of my time spent as a Uranosaur, the only aquatic I've played so far, is by myself. And it goes like this. I enter the world, leave home cave, see the quests I have to do, and put on a podcast or a video essay to drown out the pain of swimming miles just to grab one out of 25 sea sponges, or whatever the stupid goal is. I'm so happy that POIs give you a decent amount of progress now for discovering them. It makes growing a little easier because now I can just swim around the map and grow that way. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's just me, but the ocean quests are so tedious. The spacing of the objects is ridiculous, and I would have to viciously lock in on the seafloor, sifting through all the foliage and kelp to find the specific seashell that I need. Thankfully, the devs are reworking the quest, so this may not be an issue later on. While making this video, I decided to explore the map a little more for that prime aquatic experience. I traveled along the foggy coast, hoping to see some life, but to no avail. The only goal I had, since I already purchased the maximum amount of abilities, was to save enough coins for a skin I wanted. The only notable encounter I had was with the Spinosaurus cruising near Volcano Bay. We stared at each other curiously, then went our separate ways. By questing a bit more, I made enough to upgrade the skin a little bit. I also thought it might help to hear what other players might have to say about aquatics, and asked Global Chat if someone wanted to accompany me as a Urano. After getting no response, I server hopped until I could find someone willing to join me on my philosophical journey underwater. After my fourth and final attempt at finding a fellow ocean dweller, to my surprise, I succeeded, and it was a Kaiwekia named Izio. Even though we were different species, it was fun to swim around with a friend. It made things a bit less lonely out in the sea. We had a lot to say about the aquatics issue. When asked their opinion on playing as aquatic creatures, Izio responded with, "Speaking on fully aquatics, they're an interesting concept but fall flat due to how the ocean is." When asked on what they would change or fix, the response was to ask for a map rework of some kind to see more players. I added that aquatics seemed fun in the beginning, but it gets old after a while, and we both agreed. Izio said the novelty of being fully aquatic does wear off. After a while of talking, unknowingly, Izio even brought me to one of the dead zones in the map, hammering in another problem. The underwater environments are very bland. Some places look fine, but others are very unpolished and slapped together at the last minute. Seeing that Izio was at the adolescent stage, and me being pretty much maxed out, I decided to stay longer and help them grow. After doing some group quests, I was taken around the map, looking at more dead areas that just exist for some reason. Finally, we called it a day, and I set my Uranosaur on a rock to rest. I couldn't take any more of this captivating aquatic gameplay, so I logged off, eager to get this video out. I'd love to see a more coastal or tropical themed map with scattered mangrove islands commonly dotting the landscape. These mangrove islands could serve as a refuge for creatures seeking shelter among the branches, or as resting spots for flying creatures. What kind of features would you want to see in a tropical map? I think a tide system would be a fantastic addition as well. The oceans should also be more lively. Besides the fish particles and AI that spawns in specific places, that's all there is at the moment. The map should also allow aquatic creatures to navigate easily, with certain species taking damage if they go too deep. Others could be rewarded for venturing into deeper waters. On changing some of the aquatic creatures currently in the game, I would say that Kaiwekia is the beginner's aquatic. It excels in the water, but can manage itself on land. It shouldn't have too much to its kit though. I would add some kind of solar ability where out on land you get improved health and stamina regen while resting. The land should be used as an escape option or a rest area. The Rhinosaur is fine as it is, to be honest. A pack hunting based playstyle, essentially the raptor of the sea. It's quick and can pounce other characters and bleed them out. For the upcoming creatures, I would say that the Tylosaur will most likely be the Rex or Apex of the oceans and will dominate its environment. I would give it more of an ambush hunting playstyle, a dart ability that takes half of your stam, but if it connects, it grabs creatures, it can fit in its mouth and do raw damage to those who are larger. It should have an ability where its stats are boosted when in deeper water, kind of like the nocturnal ability that some dinosaurs have.
Who's that Pokemon? It's... What is it? What? Oh my god! What do we do? What do we do?
Lead Scythes, the next upcoming creature, basically the gentle giant of the bunch, but knowing the Path of Titans players, it's most likely going to be the Terror of the Seas from Ark. Its bite shouldn't do that much damage since it's primarily used for gulping down plankton, but it should have lots of armor in its head area. Its main attacks should be thrashing its body and tail for heavy damage. I can imagine it will be very slow but have a ram attack. Because this creature is a fish, it needs to keep moving to survive, but that's no fun. So a feature could be like if you stop moving you lose food faster or something. The more you swim with your mouth open, the more food you get. Plankton could appear on the map as pink splotches in the water. Since this creature is the only fish, it doesn't need to breathe air, so that's one less problem for it. Once fully grown, it should be the strongest creature in the game. The unique feature I would give it would be like a whale fall kind of event where its body gives back nutrients to the environment, or players get a special stat boost in the area of a dead lead. A trophy for the lead could be its skill plates. Alright guys, I hope you liked this short little video. I've been thinking about this topic for a while and I just didn't know how to get it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below and share some features you would like to include for aquatics as well. See ya.